Hey, welcome back to Groovy Vibes Farm. Today we're inside of the coop. We're setting up some doors and we're going to set up some nesting boxes here. Just going to give you a quick look, kind of my little technique here. Basically just putting the hinges on the doors and cutting them out easy. So basically what I did was I mounted the hinges on the outside. And then I set up these support boards. Screw it all along through here. And then now I'm making the cut. This way all the boards are all lined up. Makes a nice little door. See, I got that one down there already cut. This one on this side, I went ahead and took down. Now that I got it cut, I'm going to run it through the table saw. Get those edges real nice and square. I'm using the oscillating blade for that. Pretty great. It's a must-have if you're doing any kind of woodworking, in my opinion. Alright, so I got the doors installed. Still got to get the latches done, but moved on to the roost. As you can see here, I cut down a pine tree. Seemed to be about just the right thickness. Just got it wedged in there now. Gonna get it screwed in, and then I'll do a couple more. Kind of like a stair step. That way they don't have to jump up so high in there. So I wanted to show y'all how I was venting this. So this is the first fascia board I'm putting on. But as you can see, we've got this nice gap up here. See if you can see it better from the inside. So I've got this 2x4 tying the two walls together. In between that fascia board and 2x10 here, got a nice gap. So that's on the high side there. So that'll let the hot air out. Good ventilation. And then there's going to be some gaps in the doors, and there's gaps between all the planks just a little bit. So might add one more small vent somewhere, but I think this will do a pretty good job. So I'm going to tie in a few more of the fascia boards here. That way I can take my roost from the fascia board over to the side. I'd like to run them diagonally. I think it just kind of opens up a little bit more room for the chickens. So I'm going to go ahead and bring a couple more of these boards down. Leave an opening at the bottom so I can still get in and out and get some of these roosts in. Alright, so I got two of the roosts up. So I got this one set in here diagonally. And then that one just at a little bit of an angle. I'm going to try to get one more to tuck underneath this one. Go straight across all the way to the other side there. That should be plenty of room for the amount of hens we've got. See, we got the doors here. Pretty sweet. Alright, so I got the third roost up. Down underneath that one there. So they got a pretty easy jump from one to the next there, up to the top row. And even if they want to go from this lower one up to the top, pretty short little jump for a chicken. I think they're going to be pretty pleased with this. Made them nice and wide, so it'll be easy for them to sit on at night. Of course, now I gotta limbo my way out of here. Gonna go ahead and finish up the face and get a small opening on there and a ramp for them, and hopefully they'll sleep in here tonight. So far they haven't slept in here. Now that we opened up the rest of the run, the larger group of hens is now sleeping with the 3 laying hens and rooster in the small house, so it's definitely a little crammed. So hopefully they split up once this is open. So we got the other fascia board on here. This is gonna hold the fascia board where it cuts off for the entryway. So we're making it 10 1/4 by 10 1/4. They say you want it to be just big enough for the chickens, that way they feel safe in here at night. So I'm putting these boards back in the back there. I'm toenailing here, boom boom, a couple screws, and then screwing through here to add a little extra support there, so that's nice and solid. And I'll just do a short couple boards there, do a couple more running that way, and this face will be wrapped up. Coming along nicely. Here's another angle of the roosts. Got the one across the very back, and then got this nice crisscross here. And the nesting boxes will be there in the back along the door. And then the nesting boxes will go right here along this back wall. So they're going to be 1 square foot, so 1 foot by 1 foot. Should be able to fit 8 of them across there, which should be plenty. Though we have way more chickens than that. Apparently they like to share nesting boxes, so 8 should be plenty. We got 8 in the other run, 8 in the other coop, I mean. Quite the chicken house there. You can see Milo through there, peeking. So you can see here I actually sanded the top of these pine logs. Nothing too crazy, just smoothed them out a little bit. You can see there the pine bark's pretty rough. So I thought they might appreciate that. Alright, so I baited the ramp and the new coop with food. I'm gonna try to convince them to go on in for the night. It's a scary new place. Don't mind the rooster fights in the background. Oh my gosh. We got a traffic jam. They're so stubborn.